and thanks to Title IX, women are included in the game. Thanks to Title IX, women's participation and girls' participation in sports went from 4% of the athletes of women, 4% of women were athletes in 1972, all the way up to 40% now. We've made a huge stride, we've made huge accomplishments. We have more to go. The three folks who are here are, and these are not the kind of folks I get to hang out with every day. 2 Olympic gold medal winners, Swin and Ruth Riley, who some people collect initials after their names, like JD and PhD and things like this. These women collect MVP, MVP, MVP. And their coach, Pokey Chatman, who is also an award-winning coach. So I'd like to hear a few words from these guys.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Lieutenant Governor for this special event and for having us become a part of it. You know, Title IX will turn 40 on Saturday, and I turned 43 on Monday. And I feel special in that I've been able to have a front row seat to a lot of the changes that have taken place. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about numbers, but only a few that's astounding. Just a 900% increase in high school girls participating since its inception. And even at the collegiate level, it's a 500% increase. And I just think those numbers are astounding. And you know, I think Lieutenant Governor said it best when she said we've made significant progress, but there's still a long way to go. And so many times this year, it's an early season, and I've probably been interviewed about Title IX at least 7 or 8 times. And my hope is that every year, not just on anniversary years, we can get this attention, TV time, articles, and everyone really putting their heads, hands, and hearts together to make sure that we forge forward. And she mentioned a little bit about these young ladies behind me. They're ambassadors to life and living. They're ambassadors to sport, education, and I'm privileged to be their coach, and they're a big part of the reason why we're 7-2. And I invite you guys to come out and watch them play. And as one little thing I want to say about Title IX that's interesting to me, you know, the lady that's considered the godmother of Title IX, Bernice Sandler, was a professor, a part-time professor at the University of Maryland. She got her doctorate degree, and she applied for a professorship and was turned down. And the reason she was turned down was, quote, "You're too strong to say you're a woman." And the irony of that is that her husband, when she went home, said to her, "You know what, honey, that's discrimination." And lo and behold, that became the inspiration for everything that followed. And I'm happy to be a recipient of some of the great work that's taken place, especially on days like today. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Coach, gotta raise it up a little bit here. It's an honor to be here at this celebration of Title IX, and I grew up, I was raised in a single parent home by a very strong, independent woman, and my mom didn't have the opportunity to play sports or to go to college, and so the two things that Title IX means to me are the opportunities for equal education as well as to participate in athletics. And I've been tremendously blessed throughout my career to have the opportunity to play sports in college, to gain an education that way, and also to play here professionally. And I just think that this is a wonderful opportunity for us to thank the women who have been here before us, who have paved the way for players like me, and also opportunity to educate our youth. There's so many opportunities for the young ladies nowadays to participate in sports, and so the lessons that they can learn in doing so. And so we hope you do come out to our game. We'd love to see a lot of your faces out there, and thank you so much.
Her name is Ruth Riley. Yes. Swin Cash. S-W-I-N, capital C-A-S-H. I just want to say that it is a blessing to be here on this beautiful day downtown in the city of Chicago. It is an honor and a blessing to not only be able to play sports, but to have played sports for as long as I have. I've been playing professionally for 10 years, but I started playing sports at the age of 4 or 5.
And that's because my mother put a basketball in my hand, she put a baseball in my hand, she put a football in my hand, and told me that I could play the same sports that my brothers did. And that was because of Title IX. And growing up for me, just like Ruth, I grew up in a single parent home, and my mother was the first one. She had me her senior year in high school, and she had an opportunity to get a scholarship and to play sports. And she really didn't understand what it was at the time. And she said an opportunity to go play basketball at a university, but she decided to stay home and to raise me. And lo and behold, 17 years later, after I was born, I was able to get that scholarship my mother passed on and go to the University of Connecticut and play basketball and graduate. And so I know that it is really important, not only for the women that came before us, but for Ruth and myself and Coach Chatman and all the other women that are on this stage today, to continue the fight, not only for equal play, but someday equal pay. So thank you guys very much. It's a blessing to be here.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Chicago Sky. And I know that, speaking for myself and my husband and my staff, we're going to be there to watch you on August 17th. We've got our tickets lined up, so that's just the one we know about for sure. So right now, one of the things I have the pleasure to do is to declare it Title IX Day today in the state of Illinois by this proclamation. Yeah. And I'm going to give it to the Chicago Sky. All right. Thank you. All right. More sports, more women, more stars. The next people I want to bring up are Lisa Cole, founder of the Chicago Force, and Liz Oakey.